And the Pogues frontman, Shane MacGowan, has died at the age of 65. He was only discharged from hospital last week. MacGowan fronted the Pogues from 1982 until their breakup in 2014. The band, of course, are best known for the Christmas hit song Fairy Tale of New York. Our arts correspondent David Silito reports.
His band, the Pogues, brought a rambunctious punk fury to Irish folk. But behind the noise, the drinking and the terrible teeth was a writer of rare talent. His roots were in Ireland, Tipperary, but he was actually born in Tunbridge Wells. He was a London punk who'd also won a literary scholarship to public school. But it was when he and his friends began to inject a bit of that attitude into the music of their childhood that he began to enjoy success.
People I meet as I go on my way, they all have a story to tell.
He crafted beauty and poetry out of hard lives and even harder drinking, something Shane MacGowan knew all about. That he survived as long as he did is something of a miracle.
It's true that I am out of it most of the time, right? But I can write songs and I'm out of it. You know, in fact, it's easier for me to write songs and I'm out of it.
The stories of his excesses rather overshadowed what made him special. Thankfully, we'll always have this to remind us every Christmas.
David Silito looking back at the life of Shane MacGowan. Well, earlier my colleague Sarah Campbell spoke to the music journalist Matt Charlton, who gave him how he'll be remembered.
That is, though, a Christmas song that it's actually quite hard to get sick of, as opposed to every other one, including Mariah Carey. It's very hard to get sick of it. But that was part of the magic of the guy. He was essentially a poet that managed to sort of tie together the punk scene of the late 1970s with the Irish folk scene and also apply his poetry to it. And that was a very, very rare talent that sort of got lost amongst all the reputation, shall we say. But he really managed, as Billy Bragg said, actually, they came at folk music, got hold of it by the lapels and threw it down the stairs. And I can't really put it better than Billy Bragg.
I believe you saw him perform many years ago in Manchester. What was that like?
I did, but Manchester's sort of weirdly a spiritual home for them because, I mean, Dirty Old Town, for example, is about Salford. It's not his song necessarily, but it's one they made very famous. It was everything you would expect. It was alcohol-drenched, it was chaotic, it was raucous, and it was a Christmas gig as well. So guess what song they finished on? He was a great showman as well, but off the stage, as a lot of people have been saying, he was a very gentle soul. He was an observer. He was very meditative, and you wouldn't really get those lyrics from someone if they were this raucous person all the time. He was a very, very gentle person, and that really shone through in his lyrics.
He'll be remembered here, but particularly really as the face and voice, or one of many faces and voices of Ireland, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was actually, I completely forgotten that he was born in Tunbridge Wells, where I went to school, which is a very weird link. But yeah, he was really good about writing this sort of Irishman abroad, missing home. And that really sort of got to a lot of people. And that's why it went quite international.
That's music journalist Matt Charlton talking to my colleague Sarah Campbell a little earlier. Next.